Welcome all. So this is the training session for AI innovation. So let me wait for some more minutes, for a couple of minutes, so that other people should also join and can benefit it. So let's wait for 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna properly start, right? So welcome all. to the training session of AI. So this session is sponsored by Knowledge Bricks. And Knowledge Bricks is an organization in Northern Ireland, Belfast, UK. So before starting, let me share the screen with you. Just let me know if the screen is visible to you. Okay, if the screen is visible to you, everyone can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay, just write yes in the chat box. Okay. In case if anyone wants to introduce yourself, okay. Um, yeah. So if you want to introduce yourself, and so you can do. I can give you chance in the beginning if you want to introduce yourself, anyone, and your expectation from this training. That what do you want to expect from this training? Um, and then I will go for my proper presentations, right? So okay, is there anyone who wants to like express themselves and introduce yourself and expectation about this training? Yeah, you can raise your hands. I can allow you the mic option. Okay. Okay. In case if you're not comfortable, introducing like the voice, so you can do it like in the chat. Write your name and your country from your R, and then you can write about your interest and your expectation from this training, right? Okay. So in the chat box, you can do that one. Okay. Just let me confirm that are you listening? Are you your my voice is audible to you? Yes, can you hear me, all of you? Yes, okay, that's fine. Okay, Razil say yes. Okay, that's nice. Okay, Nusrat say yes. Okay, Anita. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. So yeah, so yeah, so in case if you just write, you already I know your names, so just let me know from which countries you are from, and then your interest in AI, what level of your interest, whether it's a beginner level or it's a intermediate level or advanced level. So accordingly, I will make my presentation more intensive. Okay. So I don't want to make you bored with the more technical stuff. Okay, I want to make you to see you in case if you want more technical things, then I can go in depth of that one. But if you want more generic training about the AI know-how, about the myths, what are the things which is related um, to the AIR, because there is a buzzword AI and everyone is talking about AI can do this one, AI cannot do this one, AI has this one, right? And there are a lot of things, AI agents, agentic AI, LLMs, ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and a lot of AI buzzwords are here. So yes, sometimes people would be a bit confused in that what to do, what not to do. People people are following AI blindly, but I think there should be clarity first, and then you can have a starting point from where you can start your AI journey. Yeah, but in case if you have already started your AI journey, then yes, then we can have some more intensive training courses in future if you want some customized one. So one-to-one can also be arranged for in that capacity. So that's the general thing. So since we already know that AI is buzzword, and people are looking for it, just like for example, if you look the human history. So human history was before there was an agriculture revolution, people were relying on agriculture products. Okay. Maybe approximately 1700 century and in 1800, and then in 1850 when the British, they invented the machines. Okay, the first engine basically, and then it give a chance for revolution, of which call it industrial revolution, and people shifted from agriculture to the industries, like factories, motor vehicles, okay, and new era and factories, like people who are highly trained people were needed for the factories, right? Okay, so work over there, and like mostly people work on that one. And then in late 1990, like when computer revolutions emerged, or we can say e-commerce revolution emerged, right? Okay, when like DOS came, and Windows like emerged, and then ape then like mobile applications like came into being. So a new kind of economy generated, and that economy which was known as like e-commerce economy. So people shifted from agriculture to the industrial, and then from industrial to the e-commerce industry, right? And people were like economy like start changing. Okay. But like a few years ago, there is a buzzword AI. So AI is also like people want to learn, people want to like earn money with the AI. People want to like customize their economy with the AI. But the thing is that how like from where to start AI, what is in it for me, how can I like take benefit from the AI things, right? So these are like certain questions which like emerge in our mind and things. And so in this direction, we have like arranged this free seminar kind of training session for you people. It's like this is sponsored by Knowledge Bricks. It's an organization in the United Kingdom, and they have initiated this one. And there are plenty more, some like training sessions which are specialized in the different areas. And they have like they have received some of fundings from the UK government as well. So so they have requested me to have this volunteer session this time. So in future we might be having some more trainers in this regard, and it will be like a kind of journey. So you can be in touch with us in this one, or like your friends, you can also invite your friends for that one as well. Okay, so so can you see the screen? Okay, so is the screen like visible to you? Just say yes if the screen is visible. Like you can see the PowerPoint slides. Okay. Yes, can you see? Okay, that's fine, Nusrat. That's that. Thank you, Nusrat. So let's start with the formal like session. So the PowerPoint is like visible to you. So today's session is approximately 2 hours, but it depends like maybe if it is more interactive, we can like have more than 2 hours. If it is less interactive, then we can like finish it earlier, right? So it totally depends on you that how what's your level of engagement in this training session, right? Okay, so so the as we named this training session as AI innovations and prompt engineering training. So since everyone are not supposed to do coding, everyone is not supposed to like know the nitty gritty things of the AI, what is going inside the AI, what is the LLM, large language model, what is like transformers, how like Google are doing, how Microsoft are doing, how Sam Altman is doing, right? So sometimes it might not be concern of like normal people. Like they want to see learn, they look at AI as a big elephant, and they say that how can I use this big elephant for my own purpose, how can I do some innovations in that one, how this like tool can be used for my personal work at my office, how can I use AI for medical purposes, how can I use this AI in in aeronautical industry, how can I use this AI in for example like ticketing purchasing, how can I use this AI in let's suppose app development, for example, if you're not good in like coding. So this can also be done, especially might be you have heard the recent conversation of Sam Altman about the ChatGPT 5 when they were launching it, right? So like you can have some more interactive like app inside the ChatGPT 5 as well. So it is just not a code that they give you and then you put in a Python and then run and with the bugs, right? So now it's fully fledged, like you just give the precise and concise prompt, and they generate a code for you. And even inside that one, the code, there is, like it runs for you as well, and shows you that, like the how codes are, like is working. You can change the parameters and see the see output in the ChatGPT 5 as well, right? So whether it's an app development, so, and whether it's like looking for things that how it can be, like done. So recently, yeah. So let me give you a few minutes to check if there's some more people who are waiting in the waiting list, so to bring them in. Okay, just give me a few minutes. Yeah, I think, yeah. So we have, like this has been, like there are a few people who are waiting.
Excuse me, you are muted. We cannot hear you. Excuse me, you off your microphone. We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I think now, is it audible now?
Yes.
Okay, right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So I was discussing about, like this is like my introduction. my introduction of that, I'm working in a Leicester University. So yeah, this is the table of contents that we are going for, the table of contents, and we will go for introduction to the AI and the prompt engineering. And then we will go for fundamentals of large language models, some myths about AI, that how the AI, looks like, what are the expectations from AI, what we can do and what we cannot do from AI. Okay, just let me give me 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So and then we will have AI in various fields of life, and how AI can be is performing in various fields of life. Okay. So and then some crafting some prompts, some of you might be very good in playing with the prompts, and some of might be struggling with it. So we can also you can also share your techniques, that how you share your prompts, and how are they effective. Sometime maybe you don't get your desired your desired output, but sometimes you can get your desired outputs. We can also go for domain specific prompt engineering as well, that what are the domain specific prompt engineering. We will also go through advanced prompt techniques, that what are the bit advanced prompt techniques, especially let's suppose if you are applying for some jobs or somewhere. So how you gonna answer the interview questions, whether the ChatGPT knows everything about you, or do you need to feed it, do you need to feed your CV to it, some kind of some tips and tricks. We will go for that one. And we will also see some ethical use and safety, so AI is big elephant, as I told you that, but sometimes we underutilize it, and sometimes we overutilize it. So we need to see the some ethical concern, transparency is there, biasness is not there, and there is some other kind of thing. So these were things which we need to be sure of. Okay. And then we have tools and API and deployments. What are the different tools and API are used, and the deployments? Because if you're using only LLMs, large language models, so there is a cutoff dates for that one. So because LLMs are fed to certain dates, but if you are provide some APIs, like for example, if you want to connect with the Expedia, or if you want to connect with the with Skyscanner, or with some other APIs, and then they can give you some up to date information as well, and that we call it agentic AI. And then some practice, hands-on practice on it. So let's start with the generic myths about AI. What are the different generic myths we have about the AI? Okay. So AI, people say AI will replace all human jobs soon. Okay. So do you think that this is this is true, that AI will be replacing all human jobs? So who agrees with this one? Who agree with this one, that AI will replace all human jobs? Okay, so let me see in the chat box. Okay, so do you think that AI can yeah, yeah, so what do you think? Do you think it will replace human jobs? Okay, just say yes, no in the chat. I don't agree with the statement. Okay, okay. Anyone else? Yeah. No, no, should say no. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then who says okay? Yes. Okay. No. Okay, Razul say also no. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yes, you are right. It's not necessary that will replace human jobs soon, right? As I told you, the journey of agricultural revolution to industrial revolution, and then IT revolution, and now we have AI revolution. So I think jobs are more now than the if we compared with the agricultural revolution, or with the industrial revolution, or even with the commerce revolution. So in the commerce revolution, we just have Amazon and and the a few kind of online. But now with the AI we can do plenty of jobs, and so new jobs are emerging. So this is not this is, I can say, it's kind of a pessimistic approach. People say AI comes and all people will sit down at home and they will do nothing. No, no, but it will give like a lot of more some jobs to the world, right? Okay. And also there is another perspective. People are thinking that with AI, like for example, if AI is doing everything for me, so human will have more time for family life. They will have more time for work-life balance. Okay, they are not supposed to work like 9 to 5, because there should be smart work, not the hard work. Smart work also more preferable, and because we spent most of our life in work and work, and without experiences the world's beauty, and experiences the world things. So if AI is starting working for us, that's good. And there is an idea that every on an international level, that human will get some a certain amount of money, and then if the AI start working, and then who wants to do more, they will get more, but there would be a certain threshold for it. So kind of universal credit kind of thing they will get, but that's speculation. So they say AI will automate certain tasks, not entire jobs. Yeah. So currently, yeah, they are not entire job, but with agentic AI, sometime most of 70% of your work is done. Many roles will evolve, new jobs will be converted and requiring human judgment and creativity and empathy, right? So certain things human judgment and sympathy, empathy, creativity, emotions, feelings, AI don't have this thing, right? So still there is a gap for this thing. Okay. Second, thing is AI. Can AI think or AI think like a human? Okay. So what do you think? Do you agree? Mostly um, yeah, AI just they mimics the patterns in the data, but does not understand. Okay. And they reason or feel like human. They cannot reason or feel like human. Human decisions could be far more in depth, okay, than the deep neural networks. Okay. It lacks consciousness and emotional intelligence, right? So these things are still lacking in that one. Third myth is more data automatically leads to better AI. Okay. For example, if there is more data, they say that it will go for better AI. Yes, more data is good, but the most important thing is the quality of the data, because sometimes we have noisy data, we have garbageous data, right? That doesn't help, right? When you are making transformers from that one, so you need to clean the data, and cleansing of the data takes 80% of the time of all the processing, right? So quantitative helps, but qualitative is a more important thing to for the AI. And the relevance. Okay, relevance is most also important, because if there is no relevancy, so how they keep the relevancy? Through probability distribution. So through probability they keep the relevancy in the shape of the vectors. Okay, so those who knows about more technical things, so they will know about that. What do you mean by the relevance? Okay. Diversity of the data matters more as well. Okay, so more diverse the data, more is the better result. They say that if the data is poor, biased data can harm AI performance. Okay? If there is a biasness means, for example, if you are making a decision for human resource recruitment, right, and the data is faulty, and in that case you can hire some poor employee instead of very intellectual or talented employee, right? So that would be a biasness in that one. The fourth myth, which is AI is objective and unbiased by design. AI reflects the biasness in its training data. Sometime AI, there is biasness in training as well. Okay. And developer assumptions when they are developing the AI thing, so there could be some biasness, and it comes in a responsible AI. So without careful design and oversight, so if the developers are not carefully designing the things, then it can go for what do you call it, there could be some biasness as well. So it can premature and amplify existing biases, right? So these are general myths, right? Okay, now let's talk about innovation kind of myths, technology wise myths, right? Okay, so who agrees with the first myth? They say innovation only comes from tech companies or startup. Is it necessary that only tech companies and the startup they will go for innovation, or there is a chance that people like us, they can also do some more innovation things? Yeah. Yes. Who want to yeah, who want to comment on innovation myths? Okay, it can be anything. Very good, Atif. Nice. Okay. Anyone else who wants to comment and some examples, some personal experiences with this one? Like we can see Sam Altman. Sam Altman, people didn't know. People knew the Microsoft. People knew about Google. People knew about other companies, but Altman, like Sam Altman was not that popular. So anyone can do the innovation, right? Okay, so let's see over here. Yeah. So innovations only comes from tech companies. This innovation can come from anywhere. It can be from governmental organizations, school guys, school guys from 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. They can do it, innovations. NGOs, non-governmental organization, they can do it. Large corporation, they can do it, especially when diverse teams are empowered to solve real world problems, right? So anyone, we can expect innovations from the people, in a different way. Okay, so if it is not disruptive, it is not real innovation. Okay, so people consider innovation as more disruptive. Disruptive means in a positive sense, not in a negative sense. Means they are bringing a good change, economically, performance wise, for people, viability as well. So answer is incremental innovation, small, consistent improvement can be more sustainable and impactful over the time than the big disruptive changes, right? Okay. The third, myths about innovations and technology, that AI adoption means we are innovative. Okay. Um, so it means true innovation isn't just about using AI, it's about solving problems creatively. So if you solve a problem, then you are innovative, and responsibly. So with AI as a tool, not as the goal. So AI can be used as a tool for innovation, but not as a goal. So AI is not a goal. AI is just like a tool. Okay, just like a normal tools we do, certain things, right? So some people think that AI is a goal, but no, AI is just a tool for your goals, right? Okay. So the practical misconception, there are two misconceptions. What do you think, that AI must be complex and expensive to be useful? Do you agree with this myth? Okay, that AI should be complex and expensive. Yes, education is one of the innovation. Yes, very good, Atif. Thank you. Yeah. So is it necessary that it should be expensive? Innovation should be complex and expensive. Okay. No, it should not be complex. Okay. So simple things sometime, simple things can be worth. Okay. Simple things can be more productive. Okay. So many simple AI solution like chatbots. Chatbots are very simple. You can create many chatbots. Okay, even with the ChatGPT, you can create chatbots. Predictive analytics you can do. Document processing you can do it, right? So these are teeny mini things, and cost effective as well, and deliver high ROI and minimum technical overhead. So you have good return on investment on that one, and minimum technical overhead, right? So, only technical experts can understand or lead AI innovation. So they say that there's another myth that only technical people know. Like common people, they can also have like, I know certain people, they are using AI, and they have like, zero knowledge of even like, computers. They are not like, degree holders of the computer, but they are using AI at a very good level, like, for their personal use, for their office use, like, they have like, minimized their office time. Okay. So like, e- every like, every department, everything, every like, person, they're using in a different way. So you don't need to be a technical expert, like, because with the AI, technicality has been reduced. Like, even you don't need to worry about the code. Your work is now as a reviewer. Even the coder by itself, even they don't code too much. Okay. They like, they use like, off the shelf codes. Okay. They use like, the codes which might be generated by some LLMs, right? And they just review the outputs, and they check the outputs are okay, then they go for it, right? So AI success requires cross-functional teams, like, like means you need people from business, you need people from different domains, you need people from like, designings, you need people from ethical and useful and user-friendly AI applications. So these were like, certain myths which we were like, concerned about. The last myth is about AI will inevitably evolve beyond the human control. This is a very big myth. We discussed in the earlier bit, but no, they are not controlling the human, because human is like, like far more intelligent than that one. And there's a concept of AGI might be, about that, like, artificial general intelligence. So people say that when artificial general intelligence comes, so they will overcome the human, but still there is like, there is like, human capacity is for like, because we, according to the Newton, we are using only less than 5% of our brain, like, okay. So AI systems are built with specific goals and constraints. While vigilance is important, today's AI lacks like, autonomy. Intent control lies with the human designer and the policymaker, right? So this was with the like, with this was just like a common background for you, that that you should know that how AI like looks like, the just to make your mind more towards like, uh, mm, towards like to know how about the AI, that what AI can do, what are the myths of the AI, so that like, things becomes more clarified. Okay. So the next things would be more about like, some practical stuffs, like, I have some demos for you, and some practical demos, even you can say from kitchen demos, and I can have some demos from like, from like, some prompt engineering. So you might have seen that I have some open like, different kinds of LLMs for you, whether it's a ChatGPT, whether it's a Sora, as a Codex, or DeepSeek or Gemini, like, so I have like, cross functional things, and everyone has a strength over there, right? So we will discuss that as well. Okay. So just a refresher after like, just a refresher for this one. Okay, before going to the practical session, if you have any question regarding the myths, I think you can ask me, and that would be like, I would be more than happy to help you out in it. Any questions or any comments, if you want to see, you can put in a chat box. Okay, chat box. Okay. So if you're fine with that one, okay, so let's go for like, AI in various fields of life. Okay, so let's see that how like, AI is impacting positively or negatively, right? Okay. So there is a more positive impacts, yeah, but there could be like, because everything has a like, pros and cons, right? Okay. So we will today, because today training is more about like, AI, and then how AI is like, impacting in the different fields, right? So uh, these are like, areas like, you will be thinking that where like AI can contribute efficiently, like, so in healthcare. Okay. So healthcare is one of the most important like, area where we think that it impacts much. Why? Because the healthcare databases are limited, the guidelines are limited, so it's very easy for LLMs to play with that one. So there's not a lot of data. So in healthcare, it's very easy for them. Similarly for education as well. Finances, yeah, finances, numbers. So numbers are very favorable for LLMs, right? Because it's mostly works on probabilities, like probability distributions, right? So anything with the numbers, the LLMs is very good. But even with the text, they convert the text into the number as well. Okay, so it is more quantitative than qualitative. So usually conversion from text to the quantity is also for is easy job for LLMs, right? Transportation as well, you know about the two popular giants in the transportation, which are using images for autonomous driving. Like Tesla is one of the most important thing that Tesla is using, is AI images to recognize the obstacle on the way, to see that, to have autonomous driving. And then the Chinese BYD, okay, build your own dream, right? BYD is also well, you might be knowing about that one. And there is a lot. If you look at the NASA, so NASA is a way ahead than the normal routine life, right? Okay, so transportation also, yeah. So in finance, in finance, if we look more on normal finance, then we have cryptos and this one. So there are agents which can invest on your behalf. You can trust these agents up to some limit. Okay, so yes, AI can make you rich as well. Okay, if you properly train it, if you are properly with that one, that can also help you out. And in education, educations, we have yes, with AI you can have some more animations for making understanding the concept, whether it's about the physics or chemistry or biology, or with the management. So it can also make it more easier. Like in healthcare, AI is can give you some more predictions about upcoming diseases, anyone who has some upcoming cancerous things, or they have any something which is impacting their health, whether it's um, osteoporosis, or any kind of problems they have it. So they can predict it with the current data, with the genetic data as well. In manufacturing industry, yes, it is also helping. It has the robots have been atomized things, and the instruction has been given to the AI agents, and they are doing most of the thing, yeah. So this is why the people think that AI has eliminated most of the job, but it has created a lot of the job as well. Okay. The customer service and retail, they are super duper heroes in here in AI. And you might be seeing that sometime human, you are not talking to the human, you are talking to the AI agents, and they're solving your problems, right? Agriculture as well. Okay, some of the agriculture's devices, they are also working with the AI. Security and surveillance, now might be you have observed some recent war in the world, and there is more AI is there, and most of the war are fought with the power of the AI. Entertainment and media as well. Okay, so apps development of the some games can also be done. And environment protection. So environment protections, yes, how we can do with the environment protection, this is for environmentalists, it's a very good opportunity to use this one, because they have a lot of data from the last 10, 20, 30 years, or maybe 100 years. And then from these data, they can feed it to the LLMs, and they can predict that where our earth is going on, where the waste management are doing their best or no, right? So these are the areas. If you are in some of the areas, you can pick your area, and then select the specific tool and go for that one, right? So instead of learning all this thing, it will not get you benefit, because it's like, and there's a proverb that, like, if you want a water in a well, so you have to dig, like, 100 meters, like, instead of like digging 10 meters, like, at every point, point, and then you will not get a water. So it's better to select your field properly, okay, choose it, and then according to the field, select the tools of AI which are more relevant, that would be like, giving you a good path, right? Okay, so areas where AI cannot or should not contribute effectively, right? So there are areas where, like, AI is helpless, like, emotions, empathy. They are like, they're helpless. They cannot do it because they're only working on probability, and probability is maths, okay, and statistics. So in that one, like, numbers, they don't have emotions, right? So emotions are more fuzzy, than the than more like, numerical values. Yeah. So maybe in future, like, using some fuzzy knowledge, maybe emotions can also be developed, but up till now there is no, like, that kind of emotional intelligence and empathies are there, right? Ethical judgment and morality, like, some judgment, like maybe if there is a criminal in court, and if you're using AI for that one, yes, you can use AI for collecting the information and, like, giving, but the final judgment must be done by the judge, not by the AI, because maybe there could be hallucination. So, AI, when they do some wrong judgment, we call it a hallucination, or it's not like, the real world, the real judgment. So the unreal judgment is called, like, the hallucination for that one. And then we have, like, creative and strategic leaderships, like, yeah. So to have, like, more creative and strategic leaderships, this also AI can do some automation, but not for strategic long term, like, decisions over there. And complex human negotiations, like, for example, just like I give example of day before yesterday, when like, two presidents of big countries, like US and Russia, they were meeting in Alaska, right? So the AI. So do you think the AI can, like, help it out and solve the problem between the big nations of the world? So the answer is no, right? Because, there is the human, like, interaction and human negotiation is important, and they have to meet physically and negotiate, and still, like, that's a strategic thing, leadership things, which is still lacking in AI. So AI can be good in mathematical things, probability things, like, giving you the accuracy and precision, and a good F1 score, but not like, at the level of strategic leadership and complex human negotiation. Common sense reasonings can also sometime, like, one thing could be good, like, to do, for example, if there is a small child of sparrow, okay, and its feet is hanging from a tree, right? Okay, so maybe the AI will think that to give food for it, right? It's hungry, but it's not hungry because its feet is stuck in a with some thread from the tree, right? So it needs to be, like, unfastened instead of giving the food, right? So some common sense reasoning might be missing in the AI as well. Physical task in unstructured environment, okay. Yeah. So sometime, like, like, especially when it's the construction places and the environment is unstructured, there is, like, no proper protocols over there. In that case, some physical tasks cannot be done and should not be done as well. And the last thing is consciousness and self-awareness. Like, consciousness and self-awareness related to certain rules regulation, like GDPR regulations and some laws. So they should also be fed for that one, right? So this is, like, the do's and don'ts for AI, right? Yeah. So, like, you can see, this is, like, summary that in healthcare, AI is very strong. Okay, contribution is very good. Like, comments, like, they can do diagnosis, they can do support and analytics, right? And then we have, like, creative art, like, limited and assess but lack originality. Okay, and then we have like, in creative arts, creativity is not that much in AI. Okay, and then we have ethics and morality. So AI, because maths and statistics doesn't have any concern with ethics and AI, ethics and morality. So yeah, so human judgment is lacking over here. Customer service, I told you, is very good in that one. Okay. Um, Strategic leadership, as I told you, I give example of like the Trump and Putin, like so strategic leaderships, they are, or even in a company, like some organization, some CEO of a company, they have like strategic leadership, cannot replace human leadership, right? And then we have like transportations, stronger autonomous system, logistics, yeah. Emotional intelligence, no, clear no, right? No real empathy and connection. And education is growing, more adaptive learning and support tools, right? Okay, and then okay, so then we have some practical examples of AI. Okay, so yeah, so what's the time? Okay, let's have some like some like 5 minutes break for coffee. Okay, and then we'll go for some practical example. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, we can like we can go for like some questions. You can write in the meanwhile, if you have some questions, you can write in the chat box. Okay, and then I will answer it, and then we will have the remaining part of it. So let's have a break for certain 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will come back at 2. Is it okay? Okay, break time. Okay, see you at 2 p.m. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Welcome back. So now we will be having some practical demonstration of AI. Like before going to this one, we should know that we have two or three different kinds of predictions. Like one is called supervised learning. Those who know about the AI, and then we have unsupervised learning, and then we have a reinforcement learning, right? So there is a very good website, maybe you know about that one, and it's called Teachable Machine, right? So you can teach this AI machines, right? And you can see that who like you can classify it. So this is supervised learning, right? Can you see the screen? Okay, this one. Just let me know if you can see the screen, like the teachable machine screen, because sometime might not be visible. Okay, can you see screen for teachable machines? Because I'm going to demonstrate that how does it work. Yes, okay, no, so okay, that's good. Yeah. So here you can see here. So here you can see that this is an example for AI, and in this one it's a kitchen example. I can say in kitchen we have different fruits and vegetables, potato, onion, apple. Okay. And then if we ask for example if we have some agents, AI agents, and we ask them to cook some omelet for us, right? So how the AI will recognize whether this is onion and this is egg and this is potato, and so how will they will make an omelet for us, right? So first what we do it, we train the AI just like a baby, let's suppose if there is a small baby 3 2 3 years old, and if he or she has not seen cat in his or her whole life, she would not recognize it. So what you have to do, you have either to show in television or in real that this is a cat. You have to show him or her maybe 100 pictures, or maybe at least 5 to 10 times at least to recognize that this is a cat, this is a cat. So and cat had different shape as well. Some cats are kind of small puppies, so there might be they have some false negative. They maybe they don't differentiate between whether it's a cat or it's a dog. Even for adults like us, sometimes we need some more time, some more processing in our mind to see whether it's a cat or dog, and then we see some more feature. We look at their ears, we look at their face, and sometimes sound, the barking style. So if it is barking, then we say yes, it looks like a cat, but it's barking, so it's what, it's a dog, right? But if you look only at the picture, might be you are not able to differentiate whether it's a cat or puppy, right? Some they are resembles a lot, right? So similar is the case with the AI. So with the AI, what we do it, the more pictures we feed them, the more it is learning, right? Okay. So if you feed maybe 2 or 3 pictures, might be of a cat, maybe it doesn't understand. If you give like 10 picture, it will start learning more. If you feed 100 picture, it will start learning more. If you feed 1,000 picture, it will more perfection. Accuracy would be more, maybe 98% or 99%, right? Okay. So now if you see, like for example, I'm in the front of the camera and my camera is live, and we have trained this model to check whether is this a potato or onion on Rubik's or apple, right? Since my shirt color is kind of the onion, right? So from the color, it is thinking that it is kind of an onion from it, right? Okay. But in case, for example, if I have an apple in my hand, right? So since we have trained this for an apple, right? Now it is not differentiating. Why? Because the camera is having my glasses, my face, my my shirt with it, and apple. So if I make it more closer, okay, you can see it more closer. Okay, now you can see it more closer. So it will have some more. Okay, if I make it more closer, it will have. So I need to remove myself. Okay, and then make it more closer, and then you can see now you can see the percentage of apple is becoming more. See now it's more perfect because now we can see the apple is recognized almost like 90 how much 100% to 90, yeah. So now the AI machine is more like sure that 99 or 100% that this is an apple. Okay, now for example, if I want to make a omelette, so I need an sometime onion or tomato with that one. So let's suppose if the robot is like searching in the kitchen, right, and it is in the search of a onion, right. So let's suppose this is the onion. Okay, so in onion, what you say, so now I make it closer and it gives a perfect match of this one. So now see the accuracy is more of the onion over there, right. Okay, so now the robot will pick this onion because first it has make a picture of this one and say that yes, so I have 1000 picture of onion, and this live picture of the onion is similar to what is similar to onion. So the robot will pick this onion and chop it and make it ready for this one. Okay, now let's suppose if I want to have some boiled potato or potato and I want to put in this omelette to make it more like delicious. So what I fed the AI and asked them, okay, put the in the prompt I told him to put potato as well. So the robot will search the kitchen, right, and then look for different vegetables. And when it this potato comes near to it, so now you can see now it's now the potato is when the picture is becoming more clearer. So now see it touched the 100% accuracy, and see because it has some dots on it and it's 99%, 98%, and then sometime it's touching to 100%, right. Okay, right. So the more the more accurate page. So when it touches the 100%, so the robot will revolve, okay, and check and see that whether it's whose percentage. Sometimes it's not necessary to have 100%, right. Okay, now I asked the robot to play with the Rubik's, right. Okay, Rubik's, this is a Rubik's, this is a Rubik's, maybe about that one. Okay, so but if I do this one, because now it's mixing my picture with this Rubik, so it's not deciding. So what I have to remove myself. Okay, I have to remove myself and then tell. Okay, so it's 99% say that this is a Rubik's, right, and it touched to 100% as well. You can see, right. Okay, so it's live. Okay, it's live and it's doing, right. Okay, see, on 99 and 100. Now it's I put it 100 because this has very sharp edges, it has very sharp edges. So the AI or mathematics or statistics don't have a difficulty in this sharp edges. This is a kind of a rectangular kind of shapes, and these shapes are very simple for AI. AI loves this small, and there is a high accuracy in that one. But while in case of this one, because might be it looks resemble with my shirt color, so it is confusing for them. So sometimes these shapes are irregular shape. These are complex shape for the AI, and it needs more training for that one, right. Okay, and similarly potatoes also, potatoes maybe it's it's mixed with different brown color, maybe the table color is the same and the potato color is the same, and might be there is some confusion in that one, right. Okay, and then apple, for example, if you want to make a fruit chart, so fruit chart color is sometimes also not distinguishable. So and it tells onion, why, because of my shirt color, right. If I remove myself and this becomes more apple oriented, and I think it needs more some yeah, I think apple is, yeah, now see, now it recognized because the textures of the apple is has been recognized, right. So so this was one of the practical demo that how the AI can be used in your kitchen with a robot. So robots are robots are well established and people are using robots for long, right. So there is no problem of robot, but the thing is that to fix the AI things in the robot, because the robots is working on 0 and 1. Like, if it is 0, it will stop it. If it's 1, it will move, right? Okay. If you put, like, on, it will start chopping things. If it is, you make it off, it will stop, like, I think. But the thing is that when to off, when to not off, like, this is where AI comes, right? So in the chip, or in the processor, you need to take this algorithm and put into the, like, a robotics, and ask the robot expert to fix into the robot, and then they can make an omelet for you, they can make a fruit chart for you, and they can play game for you, right? Now, like a chess game, like the computer, they play chess game for you, right? So this is very interesting, like, for learning, those who want to learn about, like, about the technical experts. So these teachable machines are very good for them, and they can, like, learn a lot, and you can make your own model. So this is my own model, like, I just train this model, and this then it's working, right? Okay. So I hope if you have any question in this one, so I would be more than happy to answer. Yeah. Any question? Yeah, yeah. If you want to learn, like, this teachable machines, like, so we have a full-fledged course on that one. You can, like, send an email, and then we can arrange this one-to-one course as well. Then how you can train, and how you can, like, make this work. So this is a good learning, practical learning for you people as well. Okay. So okay. So any questions? Okay. If it's clear, that's fine. Okay. Let's go for some more, like, okay. So we did this one AI kitchen practical demo, and with the teachable machines, and I hope you liked it, right? Now with the prompt engineering, like, the comparison of LLMs, we have different LLMs. So LLM is large language model, where transformers are used to predict things, right? Okay. Like, you might be knowing the story of the transformer. Actually, the first time transformer was used by the Google for translation for different languages, like, for example, from English to Italian, or French, or Indian, or Chinese, or Japanese, or any languages, like, so they use transformers, and transformers is nothing. It's just like a matrix, like, as a multi directional or multi-layer matrix over there, where the numbers can be positive and negative, where the positive show the quantity of the vectors, and the negative shows, like, the directions of the vectors. So if the positive, so it will be in the positive quadrant. If it is negative, it will be in the negative quadrant. So and then you apply some softmax to make it, like, more regularized, and in the to have some more probabilistic approach, right? So that's, like, another story. Those who want to have some more technical details on that one, there is, like, like, some courses on LLM as well, some more technical. We have some, like, we have Dr. Colin with us, and he can, like, give you some more, like, instructions on that one, and some full-fledged course. Maybe it depends. Maybe, like, 5 days course or for that one, or maybe, like, more can be customized for you, and see that how it looks like, and how according to your needs. So comparison of LLMs, yeah. So we have, like, these are, like, few. There are a lot, like, but these are, like, few LLMs, and the story of LLM is also very strange. Okay. And especially like ChatGPT. So, like, starting from, like, now we have this month, we have they have released ChatGPT 5, right? They have launched, and they have launched, but not fully functional, but, like, certain things are, like, functioning. And like, when the first ChatGPT base model was made, like, do you know how much time it took? It took almost 12 days to process, to eat all the data of the world, whether it's the Wikipedia data, whether it's, like, documents, or Excel sheets, or all the data, right? Which is publicly available, like, till certain cutoff date. Let's suppose, I think it was in 2023, I think, and then 2024, and then now 2025. So the version is basically for the cutoff date, right? Okay. So they pick a date. Let's suppose if I want to make a new version of ChatGPT, so I will select then all the new data till today. Today is 17th of August. So the tomorrow information will not be there, the day after information will not be there. For that one, you need an API to have a current information, like from, let's suppose, if you have a travel information, if you want to travel or book something, you need to, plug in the API for that one. You need to ask the LLM to take the data from API and then use it, right? Okay. So with the ChatGPT, it took 12 days to eat all the data. So burning all the data and eat all the data. And do you know that 6,000 GPUs were used, almost, GPU is a graphical processing unit, 6,000 in San Francisco, first time they were having a base model for that one. And almost, if I'm not wrong, $1.6 million were, consumed on all these GPUs, right? Okay. And the processing and then employees and all these things. So there was a lot of work on that one. So ChatGPT is not just a common website. There is, generative pre-trained, transformers behind that one, and it's working. Right. So yes, still 3.5. I think ChatGPT was having more hallucination, more some silly mistakes over there, and they were not having some more relevancies over there. But with ChatGPT 4 is more more relevancy there. And then more more knowledgeable data, more perceptions are there. um, and while 5.0, as maybe you have heard the interview of the Sam Altman, that it thinks like a PhD doctor, it thinks so it's not like a normal thing, and it's it means that you're talking to a PhD doctor. So 5.0 is like that one, and it has more interactive results rather than just outputs. Let's suppose if you want a code for an app, you want to develop an app and you want the code for it. So it will not only give you code, it will also give you the output results, and you can check the results and online and see that that how the things are interacting over there, right? And then we have its competitor. It's a very strong competitor, and initially I liked it very much, and still it's very good, especially for research, those who are doing research on it. Mm, and they can give you some good some literature review. You can help in your literature reviews as well, to the up to date as well. So you don't need to there is not a cutoff kind of date over there. So Gemini is very good in that one, and give you very good result as well. But there are some pros and cons as well. Claude is also one of the competitor, and people like it, but I'm not in that much fan of the Claude. But I'm more fan of Gemini and ChatGPT, and the DeepSeek. DeepSeek is more mathematical oriented, and people say that same like ChatGPT 5. Basically, ChatGPT 5 was in the competition of the DeepSeek, because DeepSeek was very good in code development, and in more quantitative things. So so what they did it, so they had ChatGPT 5 to in competition with the DeepSeek, the Chinese one, right? Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask if you have any question in it. Okay, so this is some more comparison table of LLMs, who developed which LLM, what are the how much parameters that they needed. You might know about the parameters, but but I will just tell you a little bit about the parameters. These are very important things: parameters and hyperparameters, the strength and weaknesses, what we have it. So just ChatGPT 5 is not that much explored, but 4 is more explored, and they have 1 terabytes of parameters over there. So parameters are, you can say, attributes and characteristics of certain things. And then it has advanced reasoning, it has a coding, and they can play with the text and images and closed sources, and expensive as well, because for that for maybe for if you want to upload 3 documents, after 3 documents, you need to the free version doesn't allow you, so it's a bit expensive. It's not free. Claude is by the Anthropic, and parameters are not known. Long context, yeah, safety aligned, because certain countries like Europe and UK and America, they are more concerned about the safety alignment, transparency, and GDPR things. So for this one might be good. Gemini 1.5 by the Google DeepMind, long context, vision, multilingual. Yeah, because as I told you, the transformers were like made by the Google, and Gemini is also by the Google. So multilingual approach is there, like Chinese, Arabic, and Japanese, Russians, and different approaches are there. But the performances are not good. They are inconsistent performance. Okay, and then we have Llama is by Meta, like the Facebook one, and parameters are like in billion, but the ChatGPT has more in that is in trillion. You can say it's open source as well, but it's the tuning is not done. So they have the base model, but the tuning is not. Tuning is done by usually people after the base model is done to verify that information is good and there is no hallucination. So to remove the hallucination, fine tuning is most important thing. And then we have a command R and R plus, retrieval augmented generations, narrow focus over there. And then we have a gamma by the Google as well. It's a lightweight, efficient, and it has weak reasoning. Phi 3 is by Microsoft. It's emerging, but not that much popular. It has very shallow capabilities and on device as well. YI, this is also, it has 34 billion parameter. Parameter wise, it's good. High quality Chinese English optimized and lower adoption. People are not like, they don't know about it. Even like, I have not used that one. DeepSeeker is more popular. It's 7 billion parameters. They have it, and excellent at coding, vision, and reasoning. So as I told you, it's good for coding. But now in ChatGPT 5 is also competing with it, and it's like, going for more like, competition. So emerging ecosystems, we have it is emerging, and ChatGPT 5, yeah, so they have released it, but like there's not that much information about that one. So still it's in the exploration stage, because this month they have released it. So let's see that what are the other like capabilities. So some of the capabilities I discussed with you, that it has more interactive like app sessions. Okay. It has more like agentic based systems, like they can have some more APIs with agentic. So these are like few systems which are like good for you. Okay, so capability now is a kind of summary. So there is like some tick marks for these like these like uh, LLMs, ChatGPT, reasoning's good, 3 points, coding 3 points, multimodal, yeah, 3 points, long context like 2 points, and then open source we have this. It's not open source, so you cannot change the code and you cannot like play with that one. And then Claude 3 office has like 3 for reasoning, and then 2 for coding, and 1 is for multi-model and long context, right? And Gemini 1.5 is like 2 like for coding. And so if you just like just go through a quick like so the weakest is 5.3 is the most weakest one over there, and why 3 and 4 is the less like so ChatGPT 4 and 5 are like considered to be the most like the best one here up till now. Yeah. Who knows about the Sora? Okay, anyone who knows about the Sora, just let me know. Okay, anyone who have used the Sora? Have you used Sora? Any idea about the Sora? Nope. Okay, yeah. So Sora is I'm using. That's very good. Nice. Okay, thank you, Javed. Um, so yeah, so Sora is also like a very interesting like feature of that one. Yes, it can create a video depending on your prompts, like any kind of the prompts you are giving them, and accordingly they can give you like very interesting videos. initially it gives you without sound, but like with a more like paid version, or with more editing capabilities, you can make it like more like interactive. And nowadays, maybe in social media, you have like more AI videos. So Sora is like helping you out to give you some like interesting output. So let me show you some of some of the videos which I made with the Sora, and and we can have some like we can have some, like, for example, yesterday we watched this Fantastic Four video movie, and then I created that how like we can create a video for that one. So let's see that if, for example, create a video, for example, you just need to, Sora is, you can let me show you that where it is basically. Yeah, so here, this is the Sora option. You can see, you can click on it on the ChatGPT, and it can give you the prompt. And then, for example, let's see, create a video. Let's suppose create a video between, let's suppose, yesterday meeting between Trump and Putin, let's suppose. Okay, at Alaska. Okay. Okay. So let's see what kind of video it gives us. Okay, and we give the information of like the movie, and then we have give you, now you can see it's processing. Okay, activity is going on, and it's in the processing. So as soon as the process is finished, then it will give you some more additions, and let's see what kind of creativity it gives us. So so here, like the work of like before, everyone is not an artist, but everyone has like something creative ideas in their mind. And yeah, now see, yeah, so now this one like was a meeting, and you can play it as well. Okay, but you need to download it, and then you can play. So so this one, like it first, it can give you an image, and after image you can like have some create in a video, and click on the video, and it can create in a video for you as well. Okay, so it has been added to the queue. Okay, so let's see that how what kind of video it's give you, whether it's in a positive gesture or in a negative gesture. Let's see. So first I show you some image of the like of a movie, and then now I will show you this one, and then we will try to combine and see that how it mixes the fiction with the reality. Yeah, sorry, like we are here. Yeah. So since the video takes a bit like it's a bit heavy and it takes a bit more time. Yeah. So diplomatic handshake. Okay. Now you see over here. Yeah. So now from the words, okay, from the words they have created an image, and from the image they have created a video. Okay. So let me ask from you. Okay. Okay. Give me some prompts. Okay. Okay. Give me some prompts. Okay. For any video you like it. Okay. It's fine. No problem. Yeah. Perplexity is also very good for, especially for research wise, very nice, like AI tool. Okay, so yeah, give me some random like and with this one, let's make some like images, and then we can have some more videos on it. Meanwhile, you give me your prompts. I will show you some more like the videos which I created in the past. Okay, because it's already there. Okay. So let me see, where are my history, and then okay, so the videos, yeah. Yeah, these are the videos which I didn't make. This is all like already ready-made videos by the ChatGPT Sora as well, and it gives you the idea that what could be the level of. There are some humorous videos. There are some like parties videos. There are some like cartooning videos. So these videos can easily be made. In the initial the initial paid version, they give you like very small like kind of reels kind of video. So if you are a YouTuber and if you want to make a reel, so it can give you like good video for the reel. But if you want a longer video, then you need a some more paid version for that one. So since I'm using like the normal paid version, which is have like multiple uploads for the documents, but for the videos you might be needing some more videos. My media. So if I go to the my media, and then if I go to this one, okay, this was a picture, but we can convert this picture to the video as well. But I want some prompts from you, okay? Okay, and this one is like, oh yeah, for example, how AI can like help in the peace. Okay, so this was okay. I think this video is in image. I think like yeah. Let's suppose peace for like yeah. Now this is a small video for the peace of international peace. Okay. Okay. Now some other videos. Okay. So about some culture and musics, okay, you can have it. Okay, let's suppose some technical videos. Let's suppose ant colony, and for educational. If let's suppose if I want to teach my students about some like educational concepts, and sometime slides could be boring for them. So what can I do? I can make some videos and can provide some prompts, and prompts can be more complex. Okay, and then it can like give you some more things, right? Okay, now. Let's suppose this is an colony, and then yeah. So like you can see over here, yeah, okay. And let's suppose this is yeah. So here is another one. This is like normal. So you can create a video for this one as well. Okay. Meanwhile, I was expecting some prompts. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So Atif has given me some prompts. Okay. Let's try this prompt. Okay. Create a video for. Okay. Let me copy this one and let me try it. Okay. Okay, so explore. Okay, okay, so create a video for the awareness of climate change. Okay. Okay, so these are like ready-made videos, but let's create for that one. Create for our self. Okay, so okay, let me close this one. Okay. Yeah, so here is a prompt. Okay, so either you can provide an image if you have already an image, so it will like improve your prompt structure. Okay. Create a video, okay, a video for awareness of climate change and global warming, okay, and in 21st century. Okay, let's suppose. So it has been added to the queue. The request of Atif has been like added to the queue, and let's see that how like how it works. So it will takes a few minutes, and then as soon as we get it. So initially, what does it do? It creates a picture, and after the picture, like it creates like you can create the video of it, and the more picture you give it, the more it will be like interesting. And since this your like your own creation, you can upload on your YouTube channel. You can have a lot of views on that one. You can have like you can run a full-fledged channel. So it could be your kind of a business for you. But like creativity is important, like because if people likes your small reels, and reels are like nowadays more like viral than the long videos. People like memory span has been reduced from like long term watching video to the short term, so we can like flipping videos, or the reels are like more psychological impact. So still it is need because we gave a complex theory. Means like query, and this query has like some. We talk about the 21st century. We talk about like global warming. We talk about the climate things, and it is like now it's creating the image for us. Yeah, now see the picture. Now we have, now you have an option. So if you like this one or if you like this one, so this has some more like information. This one is good, like it looks good, but it has some less information, has more information. So let's create in a video. So for example, if I select this one and I want to like create a video, you can give some more description of the video. So for example, add recent pictures of like let's suppose uh, air pollution, and let's suppose an oceanic uh, pollution. Okay. So even if you are doing like if you are typing quickly and if you have mistakes in a spelling, so it automatically corrects for you. So you don't need to worry about that one. So you can save your time. So it's going on. You can see the wheel is moving. Okay, so you have to wait for the wheel to complete. And but the one thing which is like missing in it is a voice. So it is not giving a voice. So what you can do, you can use like kind of tools like CupCat or CutCap. I think I'm not sure about that. Usually the new generation, the Gen Z, they know more about these kind of the tools, right? Yeah. So you can use that one, and you can put some images or you can add some images in that one. So it can give you very good kind of reels, and that could be your like initial business on YouTube. Yeah. Or you can have some like more professionals kind of tools. You can hire some editor for that one, but like you can use your creativity. You can like you have your own niche. You can like choose your niche. For example, like Atif, he chose the climate change, and let's suppose he's working a lot on that one, and he's creating awareness at global level. And then if there is a like transformational change in a area or in a country or a global level, that could be a good like change management and change in the world, right? Okay. And the world is highly needing this one to save our world, because we are like giving a different kind of pollution to the world, whether it's air pollution or oceanic pollution, or our like glaciers are melting down. So these kind of like things highly needed. So if someone is doing this one, and let's suppose if your awareness level is crosses Mr. Beast, okay, then maybe you can be nominated as a Nobel Prize winner on that one. So it is just like it starts with an idea. And AI is like a big kind of tool, or you can say an elephant, or a big gun at your hand, but you need to use it wisely and intelligently. And it can do a lot of like miracles for you. Yes, we have can say we have a very like like a big tool at our hand, but like we are not using it is underutilized, I can say. Okay, now they have two videos. Now see, this is super duper video they have given us. So I think the second, this video is more better. So I will select this video, and this video is like very good. So I like the idea. And so I'm thinking even for my own channel, because my channel has like 120,000 subscribers. So and it's more on the on AI. So I think I can upload this on my channel, and people will like the idea. So thank you, Atif, for giving me this good idea. So yeah, true. Even the UK temperature are rising every year. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So in London is like almost sometime touching 40. Yeah. So I hope you love this experiment of the Sora, and then you can watch this reel. This will be a gift for you from your side to me. Okay, and so I will share the link of this when it's uploaded on my channel. Right. Okay. So so this was Sora. So Sora is like very nice, like interesting thing, and so you can use, this is a very interesting tool, and personally I like it very much. Okay. Yeah, so comparisons of AI algorithms and types. Okay, so now I'm coming to the technical things. So we initially we talk about the myths of AI, what we can do and what we cannot do. Then we have some like practical example from kitchen about like about example of onion and the apple example, right? Okay, and the Rubik's example, and then we had some like example from Sora. Okay, um, and then let's have some like some technical, those who might be their quench for knowledge might be more, and they want to see that what are like the super domains for like AI algorithms learning. So basically three kinds of like learning are there. So one is called like supervised learning, right? Another is called unsupervised learning, and the third is which is my favorite, is reinforcement learning. So supervised learning was the example of this onion and the apple example, okay, and potato example, where you already know that whether these pictures, for example, the 1,000 picture is for onion, and 1,000 picture is for apple, and 1,000 picture is for potato, and 1,000 picture is for the Rubik's, right? Okay. So these like already known, let's suppose, and then you train it, right? So when you train it, then that's called supervised learning. So you predicted whether it's onion or it's a apple or it's a potato, right? And then you label it. So label means like you give 1,000 pictures and you say that this is like apple, right? Just like you teach a small like a baby of 2 years or 3 years, baby, this is an apple, right? So you take to the different shops, to different malls, and then you like give example, this is an apple, this is an apple, right? And then you classify, and then next time, for example, if you go to another country and you ask your child, so what is this, and he or she predicts, yes baba, this is an apple, right? Okay, so similarly we like we treat the AI as a small child for us. Okay, now in the unsupervised learning, so what is important in the unsupervised learning, it's different. Here we don't label things, like for example, we ask like AI, we give the AI, let's suppose, like 10,000 people data, and we ask like who are the fraudulent cases, who did not like pay their credit cards money. Okay, so that is another one. So here what we see, we check the anomalies in it. Anomalies means like the abnormal behavior. So when the abnormal behavior are there, so we make a cluster. So for example, we make a two clusters or three clusters. Yeah, these people, they pay fully all the dues, okay, and time. These people, they pay the minimum money of the credit card, and these are the people they didn't pay back. Okay, they like left it, and they are like they ran away from all this thing, right? So when you make a cluster, sometimes cluster size can be changing, like squeezing and expanding depending on the people, conditions, economy of a condition. Let's suppose if you look at the Ukraine, so people would not be able to pay their credit cards because the political condition are not good. But if you look at like some other European countries, UK or America, a lot of people will be like paying in time, right? So some factors depending on that one. So the clusters could be like squeezing and like expanding depending on different people income, people like internal and external conditions, right? So these two are different. So in one thing we know that this is Apple, but another thing we don't know who is fraudulent and who is not fraudulent cases. Third case is a mixture of that one. In that one, in case if the algorithms give a good prediction, we give 1 point and we say reward it, right? If the algorithm doesn't give us a good prediction, we say no, you are bad, we minus 1 marks, just like a teacher, right? So if the students works well, we say okay, good boy, you got 1 marks, right? If the students does bad, we say no, you are not good, okay, -1, right? Okay, so reinforcement algorithm is same, it learns things. It works on a strategy and policies, and it works on rewards and punishment and feedbacks, okay, and looks for the signals, what kind of so if the rewards are better, so it means that next time I rely on certain decision of the reinforcement algorithm, right? So these are the different comparison of the algorithms. But what are these algorithms? What algorithms are in the supervised algorithms? What are unsupervised, and what are reinforcement? So let's see. So in supervised algorithm, I have created some set for you so you can easily recognize. So if it is linear regression, logistic, decision, k-neighborhood, neural network, these are supervised straight away. Just close your eyes and say this is supervised. Unsupervised, clustering, DB scan, PCA, a priori, these are unsupervised, right? What about reinforcement? The rest are reinforcement, right? Q learning, deep learning, policy gradient, actor critical method, Monte Carlo method. Monte Carlo was a nice scientist in statistics, right? And most of probabilities works on his on his principles, right? So these are journal perception that you should know about, these are like the technical things, all right? Okay. The use case, where we can use, for example, supervised learning, where can we use, email spam detection, we can use it, this one, the apple and onion case, we can use it. Diseases predictions, some cancerous disease prediction, diabetic predictions, or prosthetic predictions, or osteoporosis. So different kind of disease, whether it's skin diseases, whether it's heart diseases, whether it is lung diseases, whatever the diseases. So you provide thousands of or historic patient data, and it gives you the death rate, it gives you the prediction about the lifetime span of any patient, right? And image classification is, let's suppose, in Tesla and BYD cars, right? So these are these categories are in supervised. In unsupervised are customer segmentation, in marketing. So you can see that this marketing is my target, so sometimes the cluster can expand, and it can it can contract as well. Anomaly detection be fraudulent cases, like viruses. So sometimes your traffic is normal for your computer, but sometimes abnormal behavior could be anomalous detections. And the next one is the market basket analysis. It's also very interesting thing. Let's suppose if you're going to a market, those who are related to the marketing. So so for example, if you're going to a market and you are supposed to buy only two things, but when you come out, you buy maybe 10 items out of that one. So this is kind of this is called market basket analysis. So what they do, they keep the things which you don't need in front of your eyes, and then keep away the things which is not which is in need, which is in your need. You must be buying it, but it will not be in the front of your eyes, right? So shelf level, in front of your eyes. So anything in front of your eyes will be useless materials, right? Okay, so they want to sell more on you, right? That's called basket analysis, and a priori algorithm is usually used in that one if you go in the technical side. Okay, so I'm not going in more technical because some of your trainees will not be in that one. But in case if you want some more technical things, so we can customize some courses for you in future. So you can put a request by the email as well. But if you want some more generic things, some non-technical, we can also customize some training for that one. So reinforcement, how in game, for example, AlphaGo game, robotics, autonomous driving, and portfolio management. So these reinforcement learning. So portfolio management is very interesting things, sometime if you want to have a financial portfolio, for example, if you have 40% of your stocks, and 30% of your crypto, and 20% of your real estate, so you can do some portfolio management. Maybe those who are in UK don't know about Monzo Bank. So Monzo is very good for your portfolio management for whole household things. So you can classify things, and you can see how things work. And similarly, in Binance, you can also have the portfolio management. In eToro, you can have your portfolio management. So different softwares are used. Or maybe in HR, you have portfolio management. So portfolio management things come from the HR, those who are expert in that one, so they know about that one. Okay, so I think we are like, yeah, we have like now almost 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So I have kept this 10 minutes for you for question answer. But before going to the question answer, I just want to show you some glimpses of the other, like, prompts we have it. So this, like, we have already used it. Okay, just the normal, like normal, those who are not using ChatGPT for this one, if you have some prompts, normal prompts for you, so they will give you some straight away. For example, create my CV, let's suppose. Okay, so they will, might be the chat gpt doesn't know about you, right? So they will ask you some more questions. Okay, what is your degree, what is about that one? So you have to give some more information on that one. Okay, let's suppose if you upload your CV, let's suppose this is by CV, and I want some more questions about it. For example, if there is some jobs, and I have to apply for it, and search sometime in, especially in Europe, in UK, they have, like, they ask some questions, very particular questions. Let's suppose, okay. For example, this is my like CV, and there is, let's suppose, some job, and I want to apply for it. Let's suppose I Google some job, okay. Um, for example, say student professor, let's suppose, in, let's suppose like this one, okay. And I want to apply for this, and I want to see that whether I'm fit for this one or not. Okay. um okay, let's see, just I'm checking some of the jobs, like, let's suppose, okay, uh maybe in the, okay, in job.ac.uk, let's suppose, okay. And yeah, okay. So, for example, if you're applying for some job, let's suppose I'm educated. Let's suppose I'm applying for this job, and this job has some, like, particular specification. Okay, so just like, sometime I don't have a time, and I don't want to read it, and don't want to, like, because sometimes some people, they apply for 10 and 20 jobs, right, and they don't have a time. So what they can do, they can just, like, like, put this link over there and ask them, like, does this specification aligned with my CV? Okay, so I have provided my CV, and I asked them, like, so is, like, all these, like, for example, the specification in this job, are they aligned or not aligned? Okay, so they will check according to my CV, and then they will see that whether so they will show me the strength. Okay, they will show me, like, the teaching leadership. They will show me about the community work. They will see where, so there's a potential gap. Okay, community energy. So I have, like, so this thing is lacking in my CV. So I think it's not preferable to waste my time and to apply for this job. It will save my time and money, right? So now, so it means that if all are green and they give you good, like, result, that's fine, you can apply and go. So this is, like, very handy things. Okay, for example, if you want to say, okay, extract, you say, extract my educational background. Okay, let's suppose, okay, so they extract my educational background, and if I want to put in put it in tabular form for me, so they will put in a tabular form for me. So this practice is for only those who are, like, not new to the JRG, those who are using it, might be they have some more advanced techniques than I'm using it right now. Okay, and also you can convert, like, convert to PDF. You can convert to the PDF, right? Okay, so for example, this information, they can convert to the PDF file for you. They can convert to the Excel file for you. They can convert to the CSV file for you, like, um, yeah. So now they have converted in the PDF. CSV, sometime you need for experimentation, you need a CSV file, some data. You can put in that one as well. Okay. Okay, so this is, like, like, general. Okay, for that one. And Codex is like, is more about if you want to connect your GitHub with your ChatGPT, that's also possible. It's same like the Microsoft Copilot. Okay. This one, Claude, like, this people are like, using it because it is more responsible use over here. Responsible use mean they care about the GDPR. Okay, GDPR. You might be know about the GDPR, and uh, so GDPR is like, law, a kind of law where like you have to look for like, transparencies and things like biasness. So so if I ask what are the risks for AI according to GDPR, okay. So lack of legal basis for it, like, you have the purpose of limitation and violation, data minimization failure. There is an act, might be it's new for you. It's called right to forget. Okay, right to forget. Like, this is a very strange law. Okay, right to forget means that when you feed the data to the AI, it remembers for almost forever, right? So what you do it, like, there is a law that if there is a customer, their information must be forgotten when they unsubscribe your system, right? So but usually its information is like, going through that one. So what we do it like, anonymity, like means we remove its name, and it's like, private information. So the information become anonymous for this one. Okay, so Claude is good for like, for AI risk management. Those who want to use safely AI, Claude is good. But performance wise, there is not that much like, good idea for it. Okay. DeepSeek, as I told you, it's very good for coding for, let's suppose, flight booking app. If you want to have it, okay. So if you want to have a flight booking app, so they can create a full-fledged app for you. They will give you a code for you, and they can even, you can test it, even the code. So you don't need to like, uh, remember the code or learn the code. You just need to test the code and check the white box and black box. White box means like input and output. You don't need to do the sorry, the black box means output and input, and the white box means like, the inner functionality. So you don't need to worry about the inner functionality of that one, unless and until it is not violating the GDPR, like, laws again. So now it's creating a full-fledged app for me, and we can see the code. And DeepSeek is very good in like, in coding. So you will have very less number of errors in that one, and it's more fully fledged over here. So they are making a front end as well and the back end both for you. Okay. So we will ask them to test it as well, in case if it is like, whether it is like, able to test it or not. But like, yeah, for ChatGPT 5, it's like more interactive, because I saw some features like, a few days ago, and it was like, super lovely for me. And because now see, it did not give you the testing interface. So let's see, does it give a testing interface? For example, if I want to test this code, so does it give me the like, testing interface or no? Yeah, it tests it, but the testing is not interactive, so I cannot like, play with the buttons. So the ChatGPT 5, it gives you like more interesting, and you can play with the buttons over there. So it is having some like, some internal testing of the code as well. Yeah, okay. They say run this one, so and then you can like, but you have to use your own like, your Python interface for that one. But in case if I want to test inside this one, then I think might be DeepSeek is not that much giving me the freedom to test this code. So they're giving me that use this one, ensure backend reliability. The Postman is one of the testing to see the, like a Postman is a tool to test the reliability. They want me to check with the GitHub action for the versioning. Okay, but it is not giving me. Can you give me interactive testing interface in DeepSeek prompt? Okay. Yeah, and David has a question. Use HR use ATS screening. Yeah, it's still tricky with a few steps with the keywords and JD and such. Yeah, ATS applicant tracking system is also very robust, and have one research article I can share you with you about the research article, and in which they use some keywords with a threshold value. So any candidate who has, like, these keywords in their CV, they are shortlisted. And let's suppose you have 1000 applicants, and you give some, like, threshold values, keywords. Let's suppose the candidate should have 5 years experience, they should have at least bachelor degree, they should have, like, experience in, let's suppose, in AI. So then you shortlist it, right? Okay. So but, like, yeah, but but as I told you that, like, sometime recently, we were hiring a person in a project, like, it was also AI integration one, and it was an intertrade Ireland project. Okay, so we tried to use the ATS, but it was giving us the not the appropriate guy, which we were, like, like, trying to have it. Yes, mathematically, statistically, like, it was giving us, like, a good, like, a short list. In case if you have 1000 applicants, it's very hard for HR to go for, like, to read every CV. But, like, if it is reduced to 50 CV, then it's okay. Maybe 20 CV, it's okay, right? Okay, but reading 1000 CV for HR, it's a hell job, right? So ATS, yeah, it reduces your work. It, like, removes your, like, the garbage CV. Okay, so that's in that one, ATS is good. But the end, like, result is your, like, is a human judgment as well. So in that, previously we received, like, more than 100 CVs, and we shortlisted almost, like, 11 candidates, and 11, the one which we were expecting that this would be, like, and the ATS system was telling us this is a suitable candidate. When we interviewed them, I think we were, like, it was opposite, like, that one. And we selected the one which was least, like, supported by the ATS. So sometime we can trust the ATS for minimization of the work, but not, like, up till the level which is giving you full back. Yeah. Okay. So we have some question. I use Gemini for demo web application, quick and easy. Okay, that's good. Have you created web application completed with the LLM? Okay. Yeah. So this is the thing that the ChatGPT 5 is, like, uh, is giving you interactive session and full. Yeah, full. It can be created as well. Okay. So okay, create. Okay. Now say create a demo web application quickly and easily. Okay, let's suppose how it creates for you. So this is now the last one, Gemini. We are trying and see, like, how it is different. So DeepSeek was good in giving you the error-free code, but not that much interactive. So now see, quick to-do list. Okay, so what? Okay, all right. So let's suppose. Now they have given me some, like, like, kind of app. Okay. Like, create menus for employees, let's suppose. Okay, for example, if I want to create some menus for employees in that one, so there is a code option, it's a preview option. Okay, now, yeah, so now you see over here, now there is, like, today's menu. Okay, and okay, grilled chicken breast. Okay, and there is, like, yeah. So now it's, so this is the code menu. Okay, so if you are tech boy, so you can see the code and you can do some manual changes, and it's a preview one. So for example, let's say I want menu for let's suppose a restaurant. Let's suppose, okay. Yeah, so in this case, Gemini is good because Google is like, is leading in user friendly, and so, but like ChatGPT was not that much like, user friendly, but now in ChatGPT 5 they are like, like having this options now as well. Now, yeah, so see, so you don't need to like, so this is like already code given to you, and this is a preview, and like, so you don't need to worry about the coding. This is like, the power of AI. So thank you very much, Hamza, for giving the feedback on that one. Yeah. So I think so. We have almost like, utilized our 2 hours for today, and I would be more than happy to have received some questions from you, and if I'm able to answer that, I would be more than happy to answer for you. Okay. For certificates, it's optional. If you want to have certificates, you can email these two emails, one of this one, and then you can receive your certificates. Okay. If you have any questions, so you are most welcome for this one. If you are don't know, if you don't have any question, then we will have, like, thank you very much for giving an applause. Okay. And in case because this is a kind of like, series. Every month we have like, some series of this one, and we'll be announcing it more like, kind of trainings, and every month from the funding, from the UK funding. And apart from that one, if you need a specialized training, some like, one-to-one training, you can contact like, the emails, so they can arrange like, one-to-one training for you as well. Okay. So if you have no questions, so I'm very thankful to all of you for giving your precious time, and since this session has been recorded, so your consent was needed. I hope you have like, you have no like, reservation on that one. If you have any reservation, you can send an email. Okay. Or if you don't have any consent for to publish your meeting, right? So see you, take care, and have a nice time. Bye bye. Yeah, we can send you a copy of the slide as well. No problem. Yeah, I can send you a copy of the slide. Okay. Yeah. So the manager of the knowledge bricks, like, she will be sending you the certificate as well as the slides. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions if you have it? Okay. All right. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.